Do you know the #1 way I know someone takes their car through an automatic car wash each week, or whether they have it professionally detailed? All you have to do is take a sneak peek at their door jambs. Well, today we're going to show you the most effective ways of cleaning these so you look like you know what you're doing. This is my wife's car, and if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you'll know this is not the first time we've cleaned this car or this jam on this channel. So today when we're done cleaning it, we're going to show you a couple steps to make sure that we don't have to clean this as often. And the next time it does come time to clean it, it's gonna be a lot easier to clean it. So stick around to the end to see that. This jam doesn't have a ton of debris in it, but chances are, if you haven't cleaned yours in a while, you'll probably have leaves, dirt, debris, anything else that's like major clogs like this. And honestly, rather than trying to blast it away with a pressure washer or scrub it away with a brush, it's easier to start off with a vacuum and just vacuum up these areas. Fire it up. We'll grab a different attachment. Switch up another attachment just because it'll make it a little easier to brush some of this stuff loose. Okay, go ahead. First step in cleaning all this is going to be pre-treat it with an all-purpose cleaner. All-purpose cleaners are high pH cleaners, so what that means is it'll break down organic materials. So a lot of this stuff is going to be pollen, dirt, debris, all organic kind of things. So spraying an all-purpose cleaner on there will start breaking them down and loosening them from the surface that they're on. So we're going to go through, pre-treat the areas, so that way you can start working and breaking that down for us. Now, typically when a lot of people go in to clean this, they're taking a brush right now and brushing around. Honestly, it kind of makes a mess because you got all this grime and it's kind of just pushing it all around. It's not the way I like to do it. So it's a lot faster way, the way we're going to show you. So how we'll actually clean it is starting with the actual door jamb shut. The easiest way to make some serious progress in cleaning your door jambs is to spray it with a pressure washer and the way it came in. So all that dirt has collected from mostly being on the roof, rain, or any kind of water rushing down through the back here and then collecting in that deposit, because there's those seals that seal that off from going to the inside. And then all the dirt and debris has nowhere to go. So if you just start by spraying the pressure washer right through that crack, you'll be able to flush a lot of that out, and then we can go in and do some more detail work later. So I have a rubber tip on here, so I can get super close and not too worried about scratching the car with it then. When I was detailing professionally every day, we would have to prep the car and wash it before we took it into the actual detail bay to do all the detail work. And anytime this step was missed on a car, it was the most frustrating thing as a detailer, because you'd have the whole car is pretty clean and then you got to go through with an air compressor and a brush and all-purpose cleaner scrubbing this out. And then notoriously it always gets some back out onto the paint. So at this point, you'll see it's a lot cleaner right when we open it up because we pre-treated it and then sprayed it. So much of that has already been knocked down, and then we can come through and clean this part out. If you're pretty good with the pressure washer and you're not too worried about getting a couple drips inside the car, you be very careful, make sure your pressure washer is not set at anything above like 1,000 PSI, and you can kind of just come through here. Now you will get occasionally a little bit of water in here like I just did, but we're gonna clean the inside anyway, so that's not a huge deal. And then you'll see as I do right here. Now the major stuff, oh, one more here. So now that the major stuff is clean from that jam, we can come through with a brush and all-purpose cleaner and really scrub it clean. All right, now we're gonna start with the all-purpose cleaner again here, just to give us some surfactants to be cleaning this up with. Give all that a good spray. I'm gonna spray the brush as well. We're just gonna go through and agitate all these areas. Now, normally when you're using a pressure washer, or if you don't use a pressure washer, you'll have to go through and do this step a couple different times, because each layer you're kind of like scrubbing off another layer of the dirt, and then you kind of having to take a microfiber and wipe out this area. It's so hard to kind of get every little spot. So the pressure washing, honestly, is the way to go for me. I know JC, for instance, is a little bit more weary about spraying it when the door's open. He's fine with doing it when it's shut, but Just make sure you're not soaking the inside with your pressure washer. You've all seen those memes of somebody pressure washing their inside of their door panels at a car wash. You don't want to be that, but have an ounce of grace when you're doing it, and you can save yourself a lot of hassle. And make sure we're scrubbing this down really well, like get all the dirt out of all the spots. Because like I said, that tip we're going to share at the end, it's pretty important that this is all really clean so we get the best results. To make sure we're not having to redo this job in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then it's also make it a lot easier to clean it the next time. All right, now that we got it all scrubbed down with the all-purpose cleaner, let's shut it again, and we're gonna spray it from this side as well. Because again, if there's any extra debris and things, it's easier to do it this way. You have less chance of getting stuff inside there, and you're not going through with a microfiber trying to wipe each area. So there's still little spots like this sucker right here. I'm just gonna come through with the microfiber and just touch up the areas. And normally this is where people are spending their entire time with the microfiber. We're already starting at like a great point here. Now it's pretty much like you're just wiping down and drying it. And then the little spots, give a little extra elbow grease and those come clean then. All right, so now that's the tricks for getting the back jam clean. Next, we're gonna show you how to clean the gas hatch. That usually gets filthy, and there's a couple really good tips on cleaning the gas cap, whether you have a gas cap or whether you don't have a gas cap, and how to do it without getting yourself soaking wet. If you're already over the fact of cleaning a door jam and you know how to do it, if you have to, skip to the end so you can see the most important step that's gonna be coming up to make sure we're not having to do this again here shortly. This gas cap is the bane of my existence. There's so many times I've cleaned this thing and it just keeps showing up dirty like this. I think it's just with how the water drains and it just collects in here, and it being a white vehicle, it shows up almost instantly. So I'm excited to do our final step to make sure that this doesn't come back like this. But just like before, we're gonna pre-treat it with all-purpose cleaner. Now this does have a gas cap on it, so we can go crazy in here. If yours doesn't have a gas cap, you gotta have to use some common sense. There's a little flap on the inside of that gas cap so that when you put the gas nozzle in, it holds the flap open and lets the fuel in, and then it shuts itself again. So just make sure you're not putting any pressure on that cap, whether it's with a brush, whether it's your fingers, a microfiber, a pressure washer. Just don't hit that gas flap, and you shouldn't get water in your gas tank. And if you're not sure, the importance of not having water in your gas tank, it's very important, so don't put that there. Or all-purpose cleaners. If you have a gas cap, have at it. You don't have to worry about anything here. Make sure it's tight, I guess, but without it, just use a little bit of common sense and you should be okay. So notice I have two different brushes here. This one with the longer, softer bristles, it's kind of nice because see I can press that in and kind of get behind the grooves here. See how it's pushing all the way over? Makes it a lot easier to clean around. You can see all those bristles, how they're coming around in the back. So it makes it easy to get in all these nooks and crannies so you can clean that good and proper. Now I have the harder bristle brush, like this is just a little bit stiffer. You see these spots. It's actually like, I don't know, I want to say it's like Bondo, but it's not. Someone that's in the auto body world can let us know what they use to join this panel to the inside here, if it's a sealant of some sort, but it really holds that dirt, grime, things like that. So this stiffer bristles can kind of go in and break that up a little easier. Now I wouldn't go crazy using this stiffer brush on paint because it will scratch it. But in here, I'm more worried about having the grime go on than a little bit of surface scratches. Now I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that's thinking, why is this guy going nuts cleaning the gas hatch? Well, it bothers me every time I go to put gas in this thing. But does it have to be this intense? No, but when we get to the last step, every bit of dirt we get out of here is just gonna make it last longer, that we don't have to clean it again. So I'm going for the method of buy once, cry once, clean it once, thoroughly, don't have to do it again. I don't think I got any of the sayings right there, but you kind of get what I'm saying. You clean it right the first time, get it done properly, and I won't have to do it again for a couple months. So now, for one of the tips, should I demonstrate how soaking wet you can get by just spraying this? I've done enough times in my career where you just go to spray it, the water hits, and just return to sender instantly. And you'll spray yourself right in the eye. It's easy to do. Now, I have a gas cap on here so I can get away with a lot more. If I didn't have a gas cap, I probably wouldn't do it this exact same way, but normally you can just shut the door a little bit. Still got myself with it. That helps a little bit with it. This, like I said, return to sender instantly, but otherwise you can stand back If you do have one of the gas caps that has that cover in there, a lot of times I'll just like to stand behind where the door is. And just, let's say there wasn't a gas cap on there, I would probably spray around it. Like I said, you gotta use some common sense. If you can find some way to block that little flap from opening when you're spraying with water, that would be better. If you don't think you can do that, just wipe it out with a microfiber. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer to get into all those little cracks. Now again, what I was talking about with the sealant here, it doesn't come completely clean. I know I've scrubbed this thing plenty of times before. It's just kind of stained in there, so that's not additional dirt that we can get at. I know because I've spent way too many minutes scrubbing that in the past to try and get it perfectly clean. But that's about as good as she gets for now. Now to save you guys some time, we're gonna go through it and clean the rest of these doors, not on camera, or maybe we'll fast forward it, whatever you wanna do. So it's the same exact process as doing the other spots. And then we're gonna wash the entire car. Now that way, we don't have to get any more dirt in the door jambs for our final step. So that way it's all clean, whole car's clean, but we're not getting any excess on the door jambs or on the car. So clean the door jambs, clean the car, and we'll see you after that. All right, we got sparkling clean jambs, a sparkling clean car. Now let's make sure we don't have to do this again in a couple weeks. And the way you do that, the most important step of all this, is protecting that surface with something like a hybrid ceramic detailer, which I'm sure you're thinking, oh, Rich, imagine that. You're telling us to use another one of your products to make the car magically work better. Well, when you put a hybrid ceramic detailer on here, it's essentially putting a little layer of protective coating that's super durable over top of each one of these surfaces. So that way, when the water comes in and it's bringing all that dirt, rather than the dirt depositing in that spot, it's just gonna keep washing away with the water and drain off as it's supposed to. So as long as your drains are clear in the vehicle and it's able to just, the water's able to escape, the dirt will go along with it because it won't be sticking to the surface. So it's easy enough. All you do is you go through each of the surfaces, spray them down, and we're gonna wipe them down. Just like you would do for the outside of the car. It's gonna make those super slick. And I'm gonna grab a hose just to kind of show you guys what I mean. All right, now watch. So when I spray this, you'll see the water is kind of beating and running off super fast, and that's gonna carry dirt along with it. See how the water kind of just goes down, runs down out of here. You see it, it's like it's even forming a little path as it runs down through here. The water is not going to be sticking flat to the surface. It has a lot less surface tension to it, so the water's able to just run off of here and carry the dirt along with it. So we're gonna go around and do that to the rest of the car, the rest of the jams, and it's gonna make the vehicle stay clean longer. And next time you go to clean it, it's not gonna be as hard to clean because the dirt's not gonna be sticking to that surface. It'll be sticking more to the hybrid ceramic detailer. That's all there is for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Did you enjoy that video? Well, guess what? We got more of them. There's probably one on your screen right now. Give it a click and check it out.